Hi, my name's Ollie from Your Guitar Academy, and we're working with the Guitar magazine to bring this lesson on how to play Sultans of Swing. So in this lesson, we're going to be looking at the main chords of the song and some of the cool licks that he uses as well. So let's look first of all at the intro. Sounds like this. Okay, so what we've got there is it's all over a D minor chord, setting us up for the whole song. And we're just playing some lead stuff over the top. It's just taking notes from D minor, all in this sort of shape 4 D minor pentatonic scale. So we start off with a slide up and then up to the next note. So that's sliding on the D string from the 5th fret to the 7th fret, and then we're up to the 7th fret on the G string. And then after that, we're going from the 7th fret on the D up to the 6th fret on the B, and then down to the 7th fret on the G. So far we've got. Okay, and there's quite a lot of string skipping in this one, but because we're not using a pick here, we can cover that more easily by just using a thumb for the D string and then use our index finger or middle finger for the other 2 strings. Okay, so far we've got. And then we've got this lick. Okay, which is a really cool sounding lick. So what we're doing here is we're basically playing notes from a D minor arpeggio and then coming back into that pentatonic scale. So the frets are, you're going to fret it almost like a chord here. So it's going to be 7th fret on the G string, 6th fret on the B, and 5th fret on the E. And with your right hand, just pick using your thumb on the G string, index finger on the B, middle finger on the E, and you're gonna, it's just like a rolling away. So you're not playing them at the same time like a chord, you're playing them very quickly one after another. And as you're doing that, try to lift off the fingers of your left hand as they've played it as well. So you're not gonna get the notes bleeding against each other like that. You just get them playing one after another. And then after that, we're going up to the 8th fret on the E string, and then back down to the 5th on the E string, and then the 6th fret on the B string, and then we've got, which is the 5th fret on the B string, hammer on to the 6th fret, and then pull off to the 5th again, and then down to our root note, which is the 7th fret on the G string. So we've got. Okay, so altogether that little intro lick is. Alright, and then we're into the verse. So I'm just going to look at the chords that we're playing for the verse. So it's D minor to C to B flat to A major. And we do that again. C, B flat, A major. And then we're coming down for the second half of the verses to an F. And then to a C. So we've got a C sus4 there. And then down to a C. And then to a B flat again. And then we've got a D minor. And then we're doing, which is basically B flat up to a C. But the way we can get this extra little thing happening is to play, instead of doing the bar chord down here as you normally would, we're not going to play the root note on the A string. We're going to start our bar on the 3rd fret of the D string and then play 3rd fret D, 3rd fret G, 3rd fret B. And then we're playing all 3 at the same time. And then we're playing it again, but now we're moving up to the 6th fret on the B strings with our little finger. So, and that gives you that little bit of melody there as well. And then slide up to the 5th fret, which is playing that C chord. Okay, so those are the verse chords. I'll just run through them again. So it's D minor, to C, to B flat, to A major. Again, D minor, to C, B flat, A major. And then F, C, with a sus4, B flat, to D minor. And then we've got the back into a D minor. Okay, so when we're going from the verse chords round again, it does this once. And when we're going into the chorus, it does it twice. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the strumming as well. So I'm doing down, up, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up. Okay, so down, up, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up. And on the, so that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. On the 2, down, I'm also doing a muted hit there. So with my left hand, I'm just relaxing it. So I'm still sort of outlining the chord there, but I'm not fretting hard enough to have anything ring out. So when I hit the strings, it just mutes it. So I can get a bit more of a percussive sound as well. So. Okay, so that's the strumming pattern you can use for this song. In the verse, basically, Martin Knopfler, in between singing the verse, he plays some lead stuff. So it's sort of like a call and response sort of thing. So he sings the vocal and then he plays the lead guitar. And almost always that's happening over this A major chord, which is actually a change out of the key from the rest of the song. The rest of it's in D minor. And then when we get to the A chord, he plays notes usually from the A major scale or A major pentatonic scale. The first one is taken from shape 1, A major pentatonic. You can just do a nice bend there. There's so many licks in this song. The important thing to note here is that he's taking notes from A major pentatonic or A major scale. After the verse, it goes into the chorus, which sounds like this. All right, so the chords that we're doing basically are D minor again, to C, to B flat, but then to be different from the verse, we're coming back up to, which is basically F, F, C, C, and then F, C again, just in a different place on the neck. So we'll look at those bits in a second, but first of all, it's just normal bar chords. Okay, so D, D minor bar chord, down to C major bar chord, down to B flat major bar chord. I'll just go through what frets we're playing for them as well. So for the D minor, the frets are A string, 5th fret, D string 7, G string 7, B string 6, and a high E string 5. So you're barring on the 5th fret there, okay? And then we're down to the 3rd fret with the bar, so it's A string 3, and then it's D string 5, G string 5, B string 5, and then E string 3. And the whole thing moves down 2 frets for the B flat, which is, so fret 1 on the A string, fret 3 on the D string, fret 3 on the G, 3 on the B, and then 1 on the E string. So we've got, and then we've got this sort of riff part, which is, it's just 2 ways of playing F major to C major. So this first way, bar the 5th fret on the G string, D string, G string and B string with your 1st finger. And then while you're holding that bar down, use your 3rd finger to play the 7th fret on the D string. And then the bar is covering the 5th fret on the G string. And then you use your middle finger to play the 6th fret on the B string. And what you do is you play all 3 strings, the D, G and the B. And then you do a pull off with your 3rd finger and middle finger to just the bar, which is just 5th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret on the D, G and B strings. So you pick it and pick it again, and then pull off, and then pick the barred notes. And then we've got, and again, that's a way of playing F to C, but this time we're playing it with a bar on our 3rd finger on the 10th fret. So it's D string 10, G string 10, and B string 10. And then we're coming down to a C major chord, which is the 10th fret on the D string, 9th fret on the G, and 8th fret on the B string. Okay, so all together that bit sounds like. Okay, so I'll put it all together for the chorus chords. Got this lead part that just leads us back into the next verse. Now that's played over the last chord, which is the C, so we're taking notes from C major pentatonic. Okay, and those notes are, start on the 5th fret of the A string and slide up to the 7th, it's a quick slide, and then you're up to the 5th on the D string, hammer onto the 7 on the D, and then up to the 5th fret on the G string. Okay, so I'll put that all together. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is just look in a bit more detail at a couple of cool licks that Martin Knopfler was playing in between singing in the verses. So we've got one, a pretty famous line from the song is Guitar George, he knows all the chords, and then we go. Okay, so what we're doing here is he's playing over that A major. We're actually doing an A dominant 7. So the frets you're going to be on are the 9th fret on the G string with your middle finger, 8th fret on the B string with your index finger, and the 9th fret on the E string with your 3rd finger. Okay, and the root note is actually here, but we don't play that, we just want to have the 3. And you can slide into that with your middle finger, so like that. So you're sliding up, and then you're playing the other two with your index finger and your middle finger. And then it comes down, the whole thing just shifts down a semitone, and then back up again. And then we do a bar, you could do it with your third finger, all on the 10th fret on the G, B and E string. Okay, and what that does, that's a D minor chord. And that fits in perfectly with the chord progression going back to a D minor. So all together we've got okay. I'll do that at normal speed. Cool. And then after that, he says he doesn't want to make it cry or sing, and then obviously he's got to make the guitar sing for that. So what he does is this lick. Okay, and again we're over that A major chord. So we're taking now notes from sort of, to begin with, actually, you could think of it as a minor pentatonic shape 1, but we're careful to avoid the minor third, which is the note that would really clash with that A major chord. And we do this lick, which is sort of a Chuck Berry sort of thing, if you think about it coming from that pentatonic shape there. So the frets are G string, 7th fret, and a full bend on there with your third finger. And then after that, you're going to bar on the 5th fret with your index finger on the B string and the E string. And you do that bend, hold it, and then play the B string 5th fret, E string 5th fret, and then back to the B string again, 5th fret. So those two notes, those first two notes, are the same note. Or you're bending that first note up to sound like the second note. Okay, that's the first part of the lick. I'll do that slower. And then after that we've got, which again is really nice. We're still sort of coming out of this minor pentatonic shape, but that note there, that's the major third. Again, just to fit in with the A chord that we're playing, so it comes out from the shape 1 pentatonic that everyone's familiar with. So the frets are, we're on the 8th fret of the B string, a full bend with your third finger, and then with your little finger, catch the 9th fret on the high E string, while you're holding that bend up with your third finger. So you get like that, and then we've got, you release the bend, so you pick it at the top of the bend and let it come back down, and you try to hold your little finger down as well, so you get that sort of country sort of sound happening. And then we come down to the major second, which is the 7th fret on the high E string. Okay, so all together slowly. And then go back to the 8th fret on the B string and play the 8th fret, and then bend, and then down, and then bend again, and then down, and then bend again. So it's almost like a really, like a huge vibrato, but it is just bends. Okay, and then you hold the bend there, and then just to round it off, as the chords go to the F, you can pick that note still bent, 8th fret on the B string, release, and then slide down to the 6th fret on the B string, and then finish on the 5th fret of the G string, which is the perfect fifth of the F chord which we're on. So it fits in really nicely with the chords, as does every lick in this song. So all together, that lick is Okay, and I'll do that a bit faster. Okay, so there are a couple of licks there that I wanted to show you from the song. Quite clever how they sort of fit with the lyrics as well. But the general thing is, with this song, if you spend some time learning your A major pentatonic scale across the neck, that's going to give you a really good foundation for working out some of those other licks too. Okay, so that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you got something out of it, and check us out for next time. Thanks, bye-bye.